Grandpa tells a story. The Little Red Fish and the Big Adventure. The old man rocked gently in his chair as his grandson sat eagerly at his feet, waiting for a bedtime story. Grandpa smiled, squinted his eyes slightly, and began. Once upon a time, in the deep blue sea, there lived a tiny, bright red fish named Coral. He was just like you, curious, brave, but a little impatient. The boy giggled and nodded. He loved his grandpa's stories. One day, Coral asked his mother, "Mom, what's on the other side of the sea?" His mother smiled and said, "You'll find out when you grow up, my dear." But little Coral didn't want to wait, just like how sometimes you don't like waiting either. The boy grinned. "I'm patient, Grandpa." Grandpa winked and continued. So, early the next morning, Coral set off on a journey. He swam past colorful coral reefs, dancing seaweed, and singing fish. Then, suddenly, a huge shadow passed over him. Do you know what it was? The boy's eyes widened. A shark? No, Grandpa chuckled. It was a giant, friendly whale. The whale asked, "Little fish, where are you going?" And Coral said, "I want to see the other side of the sea." The whale laughed and said, "Then hop on my back, and I'll take you there." The boy leaned in closer. And then what happened? Grandpa lowered his voice, making it sound mysterious. Coral climbed onto the whale's back and saw the farthest corners of the ocean. He discovered the deep blue waters, glowing fish that sparkled like stars, and joyful dolphins jumping through the waves. But after a while, he started to miss his mother. The whale took him back home. The boy sighed. Was his mom mad at him? Grandpa shook his head. No, she wasn't mad, but she told him, "Sometimes waiting is hard, but everything has its time. One day, you will go on even bigger adventures." And from that day on, Coral learned to be a little more patient, but he never lost his love for adventure. The boy smiled. "Grandpa, will I go on big adventures when I grow up?" Grandpa patted the boy's head. "Of course, my dear, but first, you must learn to be patient." The boy closed his eyes, thinking about his grandpa's words. Grandpa just smiled and kept rocking in his chair.